Will the council meeting of October 24th, 2025, please come to order? It's 9:23 in the morning. We are having technical difficulties. Ms. Clerk, maybe you can explain what happened.
Sure, thank you, Chair. So members, we'll just ask all of you to leave your cameras on. Currently, we have the camera behind you, so Chair and all of us up sitting facing the back of the room can be seen on camera, and the camera behind us can see all of you, but the chamber cameras are not working. So these ones to the side are currently inoperable, so sorry about that, but we'll rely on Akaku's feed. They'll be able to rotate and get our testifiers.
All right, and the morning greeting, if you care to use it, is Magandang Umaga. Magandang Umaga. Or the easier one, and that was good morning. The easier one, which is how are you, is Kumasta. Kumasta. It's like almost like como esta, but it's kumasta. So take your pick. Roll call. Oh, where is Ms. Clark?
Chair?
I did. I went bang, bang, bang.
All right,
Yes.
Chair proceeding with
How do you
roll
answer
call.
that question?
Pardon me. What question?
How do you answer the question? How are you? ¿Cómo está?
Oh, you don't answer. You can say,
Okay.
okay. Yeah? Oh,
Yeah.
hey, wait a minute. This is not the Filipino class, you know. This is only a few phrases. And on top of that, we have our experts in the audience that guided me on another phrase that might be pertinent to some people, especially the county clerk, is, hey, let me get that one. Tayo na. Tayo na. Tayo na. See, Sharon in the back is telling me what to say. Tayo na, Dodgers.
Yes.
I don't follow that, but our county clerk does. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you know, Philadelphia Steelers, I don't know. I don't really care. All right, roll call.
That was embarrassing.
Thank you.
Councilmember Pro Tempore Tasha Kama,
Excused.
Vice Chair Yukile Sugimura,
Okay, we'll try this. Manangdang umaga.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. So good morning and looking forward to a productive meeting and the first resolution. Nice to see so many people in the chambers. Thank you.
Right.
Councilmember Tamara Paulton,
Online.
Kumusta kako?
Very good.
Streaming live and direct from the Pili. I have 3 unnamed minors with me, 2 human and 1 canine.
Okay.
Councilmember Gabe Johnson,
Magandang unaga, tayo na, and kumusta? Chairs, council members, committee members, and there's no testifiers at the Lanai District Office, and I'm here and ready to work. Mahalo.
Okay.
Councilmember Kiani Rollins Fernandez,
Aloha kakahiaka, Chair. Magandang umaga kako. And I'm good. ¿Cómo está?
Mike Kai, no?
Native Division staffer Joyce Murashige, Lawrence Aldana, Del Yoshida, and Arthur Suyama. Assisting the council with maintaining order and decorum is Council Ambassador Ryan Martins. Joining the meeting from the Office of Council Services is Director David Rotz and Legislative Attorney Peter Hanano. And from the Department of the Corporation Counsel is First Deputy Mimi Desjardins.
Opening remarks will be provided by Council Member Kiani Rollins Fernandez.
Mahalo, Chair. Mahalo for this opportunity to provide opening remarks this morning. The experiences of this year have been unlike any other. Growing up, early on some Saturday mornings, my dad would see how Maui, the ocean, was, and we'd pack up the boat and go diving or fishing and have a wonderful day connecting with Kanaloa, catching dinner for that night. Later, I married a paddler, not a fisherman, and instead of the calm, we'd watch for the strong trade winds, kicking up the swells, creating the perfect conditions to paddle downwind courses. Last week, our first all Molokai Junior Boys crew, ages 15 to 17, raced 42 miles from Molokai to Oahu in the Molokai Hoi, my son being the youngest. A new record was set this year for the number of junior boys and junior girls crew in the race that raced across the Kaiwi Channel. It fills me with pride and hope seeing the next generation of paddlers, younger and younger, connecting with Kanaloa in this way, trusting each other as they set out on a path like our kupuna regularly did in our va'a. And speaking of va'a, as I provide these opening remarks, Hokule'a prepare for its voyage from Rarotonga to Aotearoa. I look forward to greeting her and the crew in Auckland later next month. Last month, the Kumulipo, our ko'ihonua, cosmogonic genealogical chant, was performed in its entirety, all 2,102 lines on stage fronting Iolani Palace to honor our queen, Lili'uokalani. Also last month, ended season 1 of the action-packed Chief of War, the first time Hawaii's history has been showcased in such a global spotlight on the big screen, told in Olelo, Hawaii, and led by Oiwi voices. Some have been calling this movement a third Hawaiian Renaissance. Across here and Mokuhonu, we see successful land-back efforts, tribes achieving economic sovereignty, inspiring so many. Meanwhile, the sharks have been lurking. It seems the third law of motion is just as true in the social sense as it is in the physical sense. That the more a rainbow of cultures are embraced and uplifted, the more those who benefit from a monolith are compelled to oppress those people, those voices, those celebrations. The sharks are circling the systems created to combat the ways it was designed to disenfranchise us. They circle the healthcare so many rely upon. They circle our friends and neighbors. They circle the institutions we built to empower our children. An attack against our educational institution, Kamehameha Schools, has come yet again. The oppressors have weaponized laws and policies that were created to ensure that the harm they caused to indigenous and enslaved people would discontinue and would help to make right the wrong that was done. I reflect on the mana'o of Kumu Kale Koa Ka'eo. The strongest swimmers train in the roughest waters. We are in rough waters today, and there will always be rough waters tomorrow. It's a never-ending battle against those who seek control and to exploit the masses, to enrich the few at the detriment of everyone and everything we love. Resistance to this oppression often comes in the form of education, remembering and honoring our histories, like we are doing with today's ceremonial resolution recognizing October as Filipino American History Month, celebrating our diverse arts and culture, and building solidarity with those who share this worldview. Regardless the conditions, Ma'alie or Ilinahu, we know what to do. We have been here before, and we will be here again. Therefore, this is an opportunity for our next generations to train in these waters. Arise all from Kahiki and beyond. Gird your malo and ready yourself. Grab your paddle and paddle. E ala e kahiki e ala e kahiki e hume ka malo a ai ka ai, e hopu kalima I ka hoi, ahoia. Mahalo, Chair.
Thank you. That's very inspiring. Thank you very much. Please join me now in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Before we proceed, may I please request that everyone keep their microphones muted unless it's your turn to speak. As a reminder, testimony must pertain to items on the meeting agenda. When testifying, please direct your remarks to the council and not to any individual council member or member of the public. Each testifier will be allowed to speak for up to 3 minutes on each item. For individuals wishing to testify on Teams, please click the raise your hand button to be added to the testifier log. If you are calling in, please follow the phone prompts to be added to the log. If you wish to testify anonymously, please sign in as anonymous. And Ms. Clerk, please proceed.
Thank you, Chair. At this time, we will be accepting testimony solely on the ceremonial resolution. Our first testifier is Sharon Zalsos Banaag, testifying on Reso 25-200, to be followed by Michelle Santos.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Good morning. My name is Sharon Zalsos Banaag. I'm a community member, a volunteer, a United States veteran, a military spouse. I should say an active military spouse. I also serve as a director with the Maui Filipino Chamber of Commerce and the Maui County Veterans Council. I was born in Manila, Philippines, and I'm truly blessed to call Hawaii my home since '92. And very much like Joe Coy, the comedian, and how he makes fun of his mom, whenever I see someone who looks like me or who looks Filipino, I do say Filipino, to which almost always they will probably say, no, Hawaiian or Mexican. So it happens, but it's only because we are so proud of our heritage. We're so proud to be a part of groups of you guys. So I love hearing my native language. I was raised speaking Tagalog. So when you say magandang umaga, it is music to my ears. Much like Olelo Hawaii is music to your ears. I get it. I so get it. So just a small advice for you all. When someone or when a group of Filipinos are speaking in their native tongue, don't take offense. Because I guarantee you, even though they're looking at you, they're not talking about you. They're most likely complaining about their husbands and what he didn't do. Or the teleserie, Mexican teleserie, which apparently is a big thing, or the Korean drama. So, just to let you guys know that. But growing up in Manila, I witnessed the importance of voting. And it is a right. It is a privilege. One that Filipinos genuinely cherish and practice throughout 1,700 islands and over 178 languages, or I should say dialects. Unique now, not the same, unique languages. So that's why I don't understand Ilocano for the most part, or Bicolano, or Kapampangan. I mean, there's so many. Their voices, this is how they practice it, and they're so excited to vote. That one day of voting is essential to them because they know no matter what language barriers there is, that they are, in fact, oh, that thing is so intimidating. Am I done? May I?
Can you finish in about a minute or so?
Yes, I can. But here in Hawaii, I found that Filipinos are now the largest ethnic group. And so I'm baffled at the fact that we as a group don't really go out and vote. So I wonder this for forever because we work hard, we work tirelessly. Why won't we practice that right to vote, to choose the leaders that we want who will make decisions about our children, our grandchildren, and the generations after that? When we don't vote, we make a choice. That is the choice. I don't know if that makes sense. And if you're afraid to vote because you think somehow you're gonna do a jury duty, if you have a driver's license that says State of Hawaii, I am so sorry, but your name is already in that pool. And it's a privilege. It's a privilege to be able to serve in the jury. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be counted on or to come out and be seen. It's okay. You're a member of this community. We are members of this community. We work hard. We help. We volunteer. Let's vote. Let's vote. Let's be counted. We're not in the Philippines. We're here. So let's practice our right to vote. Thank you so much for this privilege, Council Chair. And thank you so much for recognizing the Filipino American History Month.
Thank you very, very much. Appreciate your comments. Members, do you have any questions? Thank you again.
Chair, the next testifier is Michelle Santos, to be followed by Kami Yamamoto.
I'm a little nervous. Magandang umaga. I'm not as good as you, Chair. Thank you, Chair Alice Lee and members of the County Council for this opportunity to speak this morning. My name is Michelle Santos, and I am representing the Maui Filipino Community Council. I am here to testify on Resolution 25200, recognizing Filipino American Heritage Month. It is a great feeling and honor to be Filipino, and it is so fulfilling to not only share our culture, but to watch it flourish amongst our community. In one of my travels to the Philippines, I went there about 12 times, but I still can't speak the language. I had the opportunity to attend the the school of retired judge, the Honorable Artemio Baxa. He introduced me as Madame Michelle Santos, the mother of all our Filipino queens on Maui. He went on to say that while she is only 50% Filipino, she is 100% Filipino at heart. Those words resonate to me until this day. In my heart, I feel that there is still so much to do, and I am committed to being involved in the perpetuation of our culture. As the granddaughter of a Sakara, my grandfather always impressed on me the importance of having pride in my Filipino culture. It is through, emotion. It is through this incredible sacrifice that I am here today to continue his legacy. Maraming salamat po. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Any questions? Vice Chair Sugimura.
So, I was going to add you to the resolution for all that you've done and exactly what you just said. So thank you very much for testifying.
Thank you very
Very
much.
for all that you have done.
Aloha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chair, the next testifier is Kami Yamamoto, to be followed by Eric Arquero. Ms. Yamamoto?
Is she online?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, a little bit of a echo. But I'll go ahead and start my time.
Do you have
Apologies,
two
I'm
devices
so-
on? Could you just use one?
I do not. I just have one.
Okay, try again, please.
Can you hear me okay?
Are you listening on another device, like the television?
I am not.
Okay.
Did you turn it off?
Sometimes some people are signed in twice, so maybe if she signs off and signs back on.
That would cause the echo? Could you start speaking again, please?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Well, it's better. Let's try.
Okay, apologies for that. So, apologies, I'm also recovering from a cold, but I still wanted to be on this call. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to testify. My name is Cami Yamamoto, and I'm the Executive Director of the Hawaii Worker Center based in Honolulu. And I'm testifying in support of the resolution to support or to recognize October as Filipino American History Month. A little bit about me, for folks who don't know me, is that I am the third generation of my family who comes from Ilocos, Pangasinan, and Cebu. And my family worked on the sugarcane plantation on Oahu's North Shore. In Maui, Hawaii Worker Center has been working side by side with Filipino workers fighting for the right to housing and livelihood before, during, and after the Lahaina fires. And I'm proud to say that, we've worked with them. We've seen these workers' bravery and turning grief into courage. And I'm really honored to be able to work side by side with them through the Lahaina Filipino fire survivors to fight for a better future for Lahaina's working class, not just for Filipinos, but for all workers in Lahaina and for Maui in general. So I'm speaking in support of this resolution, and I hope that the passage of this reso means that Filipinos in Maui will be recognized beyond just their labor and that their voices will be amplified and heard, especially in the fire recovery. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, do you have any questions? If not, thank you very much.
Chair, the next testifier is Eric Arquero, to be followed by Stephen West.
Magandang umaga, Chair Lee, Vice Chair Sugimura, and esteemed members of the Council. Thank you very much for the opportunity to testify on Resolution 200. My name is Eric Arquero. I am a proud Ilocano, proud Lahaina resident, and the Executive Director of Kaibigan ng Lahaina. We are a nonprofit established after the 2023 wildfires to facilitate, resource, and innovate pathways towards recovery and resiliency, not only for Filipinos, but the entire community of Hanau Maui. We are deeply grateful for Councilmember Johnson for introducing this resolution and recognition of Filipino American History Month, and to the entire Council for entertaining this ability to celebrate the month. I was especially encouraged by Councilmember Johnson's op-ed in Maui Now yesterday, where he had mentioned the story about Pedro de la Cruz, a Filipino labor organizer in Lanai, who in 1951 helped to secure critical benefits for pineapple plantation workers. Our Filipino American history is built upon stories of struggle and perseverance, whether we were overcoming racial discrimination, exclusion, or economic hardship. Yet, through these challenges, our ancestors embodied remarkable resilience and strength, whether we call it adaptation or assimilation. What was at heart was a commitment, a steadfast commitment to a dream for a better, for a better life for future generations. Today, Filipinos across the United States continue to make profound contributions, shaping communities and helping society adapt to the rapidly changing world. Here on Maui, whether you are descended from the cicadas or from the waves of immigration after World War II, from the 1960s to the 1990s, or even if you're a recent immigrant, we continue to make history together. We strengthen the fabric of our island homes, making Maui Nui more diverse, more forward-looking, and more resilient in the face of new challenges. At Kaibigan ng Lahaina, our work shines a light on the contributions of Filipinos in Lahaina and across Maui following the 2023 wildfires. Yet we recognize that there are many stories that are untold. Stories of community, family, sacrifice, and quiet dedication that define what it means to be Filipino. As we celebrate this resolution in Filipino American History Month, I wish to honor the members of our Filipino community across Maui Nui who have served and continue to serve, often silently without recognition. This is the Filipino way to give selflessly, to expect little in return, and to hope greatly. May the stories that we live today inspire those who will come after us. And as as they look back and remember the Filipinos of Maui who are here now, whose courage and generosity and faith helped to shape their future. Thank you for the opportunity to share these remarks. Maraming salamat po, and Justin Nagina.
Thank you. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, the next testifier is Stephen West, to be followed by Christian Galopon.
Morning, Council Chair, the council members. Gabe, thank you very much for bringing this resolution today. So my name is Stephen West. I'm the Division Director of the ILWU, Local 142 here in Maui. We are the largest division in the state for the ILWU. We have the vast amount of Filipino workers that greatly appreciate and acknowledge this. And as a father of two jalapenos, they appreciate this too. In fact, I spoke with them both about this last night, and I wanted them to come, but they were too shy. So I got some work to do there as a father. But you know, one thing I will say is I acknowledge what Sharon said, that yes, they need to get out and vote. But I can tell you this: after the wildfires that have happened, I think you're going to see our members voting. Because they really came together, and they're continuing to come together. And you know, especially Jeff Baltero on Lanai, he's doing good work over there. A Filipino, Pedro Del Cruz, thank you for acknowledging him. The sugar workers, the pineapple workers, they're wonderful people, you know. And you know what happened in the past is they tried to divvy us all up. They tried to separate us, but we came together. And I think the Filipino group was the biggest group, but then everybody came together. That's why we had plate lunches, right? Everybody kind of shared their foods in the pineapple fields and cane fields. I want to speak too much, but I do want to say that it's important that we do remember the past and learn from it. What we've done in the past has brought us to where we're at today, and there's some changes that need to be made. And I thank you for acknowledging the Filipino workers. Also, you know, I want to acknowledge the entire group of 142 and the staff that we have now, because we're going in a completely different direction. But you all have a great day. Salamat po. Mabuhay. Aloha.
Thank you. Any questions? No questions. Thank you so much.
Here, the next testifier is Christian Galopon, to be followed by Alice Ka'ahanui.
All right. Aloha mai kako, magandang umaga, kumusta kayo, and mabuhay. My name is Christian Galopon, resident of Lanai and board director of the Maui Filipino Chamber of Commerce. I stand before you today because I got tired of sitting down. In all seriousness, on my way here, I asked myself, what does Filipino History Month truly mean to me? And at first I thought it was about our shared history, the perseverance of the Cicadas, who left everything they knew to come to Maui and to work in the plantations, laying the foundation for the vibrant Filipino community we see today. But then I realized it's not just that. It's also the personal stories of our parents and of our grandparents and the generations before us. He who does not know how to look back to where he came from will not reach his destination. And so I thought about my great-grandma. She taught me a lesson I'll never forget. In middle school, I was really hungry and I wanted to eat at Tanigawa's. And so I asked her for money. And in her typical fashion, she brandished out a $20 bill. But before she gave it to me, she crumpled it, she threw it on the ground, and she stepped on it. And she asked, "Anako, how much is this worth to you now?" And I told her, $20, Lola. And she looked at me and she said, "Exactly. No matter how beaten or dirty life makes you, you will never lose your value." That to me is what it means to be Filipino. No matter the trials, the tribulations, or even disasters that we face, we rise. We march forward with a smile, with laughter, and with resiliency. Because in the end, we're simply people trying to live life to the fullest. As we formally recognize Filipino American History Month through this resolution, I invite all of us, especially our council members and our leaders, to reflect. In an age where it's so easy to point fingers, to blame, to divide, think carefully. How will our actions, our words, and our decisions be remembered? Because I will tell you, what you do today will shape how I and the generations after me will remember you for decades to come. The events of today will be the life that I and my brothers and my future children will live. So to give credit where credit is due to the council, thank you for proposing this resolution and recognizing our community and honoring our story. And to my kapabayan, maraming salamat po for making me proud to be Pinoy. May God bless the County of Maui and aloha.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. Thank you.
Chair, the next testifier is Alice Ka'ahanui, to be followed by Nelson Salvador. Ms. Ka'ahanui?
Okay, next one.
The last testifier currently signed up is Nelson Salvador. He's also online. Mr. Salvador?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Hello.
you.
Naimbag bigat tayo amin. Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. I am Nelson Salvador from Hawaii Worker Center. And I am here testifying in support of Resolution 25-200. As a Filipino that have come to Maui frequently helping in the recovery of the Lahaina fire, I am also very much cherishing my my heritage as a Filipino. I am a descendant of a Sakada who came to Hawaii in 1946, but I came only to live in Hawaii in 2020. So I have those both aspiration and the feelings of the Sakadas and those overseas Filipino workers that comes behind them. The experience in Maui have showed me that the Filipinos, even how smiley we are, when you see us, sometimes don't speak a lot when it comes to our experiences, what we feel, what we are going through. And this we saw in the recovery of Lahaina fire. And this, as Hawaii Worker Centers goes on, we hope to continue bringing the voices of the Filipinos into the recovery. Agyamana, iti dito yung gundaway nga parang ito yung panagsaok kat sabi ko ma, tada ito yung resolusyon kat mangited iti pigsa kadag iti Pilipino tapno tumakder agsao ken mangud. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Thank you very much.
Chair, that was our last testifier. Ms. Ka'ahanui has dropped off of the call. So we will do last call. I see Mr. Law making his way to the podium.
Morning,
Morning.
Mo'olu Lee and Ka'aha Oke Kalana. I overheard in the lobby that last testifier was, I think her name's Alice, so if you're listening, Alice, I'm going to try to stall them until you can get connections. JC Law from Kula'uka, Waiakoa, Ahopua. I was kind of a little bit surprised when I seen that Mr. Johnson was the one that introduced this resolution for the American History Month. I did observe the flag out there in front of the building, and I kind of like that flag with the sun on it. That's pretty cool. I know the clerk's probably going to read the resolution, but the thing that popped out to me was in 1906 was the year that the migrant farm workers came from the Philippines to work in the cane fields, I guess, in the plantations. And 1906 is the year of the fire horse. So maybe we're going to get another boatload of them over from the Philippines. And sometimes I think about us over here in the middle of the Pacific and our neighbors all around us. And I read things in the newspaper about Filipinos are having problems over there defending their country right now from other countries that are claiming their fishing grounds. So, yeah, if anybody's listening out there in the Philippines, the Kingdom of Hawaii would like to offer an olive branch to you guys and try to help you out if you can. So another thing about the wording of the resolution, I know he carefully wrote that thing, but when it says American Filipinos, I got to speak up for Queen Liliuokalani and make sure that people know that this is the Kingdom of Hawaii, and if you follow the DRIP committee, Tamara Paulton will tell you that there was no treaty of annexation, so the United States actually is violating their own constitutions. And yeah, so I just want to make sure get that straight in everybody's mind. So anyway, I just wanted to, I always try to stand up for the ceremony resolutions. And I wanted to thank all the Filipinos for all their hard work they've done for the Kingdom of Hawaii and for America.
Thank you. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, Ms. Kahanui is back on, so Ms. Kahanui, this is your opportunity to testify. Ms. Kahanui?
Okay.
Yeah, you just need to unmute on your side. Up on the top, you should see the mic, and if you can click on that, that should unmute you. Oh, Chair, currently she is our last testifier.
Okay. Is she on?
I can see that she's on, but I'm assuming she's having some technical difficulties on her end. She's unmuted on our end. Ms. Kahanui? Chair, do you want to do last call or?
I'm afraid we have to proceed with.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, okay, good.
Am I on?
Yes.
Welcome to the audio conferencing center. Please enter a. Okay. Aloha and mabuhay, Council Chair Lee and council members, and mahalo Council Member Rollins Fernandez for a heartwarming, inspiring opening. My name is Alice Kabael Kahanui, President of the Kanakakai Filipino Association, member of the Molokai Filipino Community Council, Secretary of the Molokai Filipino Catholic Club, Molokai Community Advocate, and child of a Sakata who arrived on Maui from Narvacan, Ilocos in February 1946, where he lived and worked, then moved to Molokai with my mom from Tangadan Abra, his new bride, in 1959. I would like to thank you, Councilman Gabe Johnson, for introducing Resolution 25-200. This resolution asserts visibility and counters erasure of the Filipino experience and contributions to our island and Maui Nui. It inspires the next generation, like my son Bryson, an officer in the Lanai Filipino Community Council, to embrace their heritage. I especially appreciate the mention of the core Filipino value called kapwa. It's hard to translate literally, but it basically means shared humanity or interconnectedness. It means we belong to one another. We're not just individuals, but we are deeply connected to one another. It is the heart of community and the soul of Filipino culture. It is why Filipinos are so embedded in the fabric of Maui Nui. It is a philosophy that Filipinos, beginning with the Sakara, the first Filipino Americans here, have brought to Maui County. We haven't just endured together, we've thrived together. We've gathered, we've learned, we've sang and danced, we've played and we've worked, we've served, we've led. We fought together not just for our own, but for the entire community, together. When my dad, Francisco Calpito Cabayao Sr., passed at the age of 96 in 2019, he was one of the last 4 Sakara left on Molokai. Last year, we bid farewell to the last Sakara, Juan Trinidad. That generation is no longer with us, but over a quarter of Molokai's population is Filipino, and over 60% of part Hawaiians on Molokai are also part Filipino. This resolution reminds us never to forget, to share the stories, reflect on not just the dates and events, but the people, the rich culture that continues through the interwoven tapestry of Hawaii's pidgin, food, and customs. Our Manalo Pineapple Era group gather at least once a year, and a smaller group of us meet about once a month. We reminisce. We carry with us our ancestors' dreams realized. We not only remember the Sakara, but those who traveled with them, their wives and children, like my cousin Sidring Bulda on Maui, who left the Philippines at age 4 and just turned 100 last month. Those that followed, and those of us who were born here, but ensure this culture is not erased. A final word. We often hear salamat, which most understand to mean thank you. But at its heart, salamat wishes you peace, safety, and well-being. At its root, it reflects peace, harmony, and community. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much. Members, do you have any questions? If not, thank you very much for hanging in there. Thank you.
Chair, there's currently no one else signed up to testify, so this will be last call. If you are on Teams, you can raise your hand. If you're present in chambers, please make your way down to the podium. And the countdown is 3, 2, 1. Chair, there is no one indicating a desire to testify.
Members, any objections to closing public testimony and accepting a written testimony regarding the resolution? Okay, so ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Resolution 25-200, recognizing October as Filipino American History Month and honoring the community contributions of Filipinos in Maui County.
Member Johnson.
I move to adopt Resolution 25-200.
Second.
Moved by Member Johnson, seconded by Member Rollins Fernandez to adopt Resolution 25-200. Mr. Johnson?
Chair, may I please read Resolution 25-200 in its entirety?
Of course. Go ahead.
Okay, well, there was a lot of beautiful testimony with excellent pronunciation. Forgive me, please, with my pronunciation on some of these words, but I'll try my best. I've been practicing. Resolution 25-200, recognizing October as Filipino American History Month and honoring the community contributions of Filipinos in Maui County. Whereas October is recognized nationally as Filipino American History Month, commemorating the first recorded presence of Filipinos in what is now the United States, when Filipino sailors in a Spanish galleon arrived ashore Morro Bay, California on October 18, 1587. And whereas in 1906, the first group of Sakatas, migrant farmer laborers from the Philippines, were recruited by the Hawaii Sugar Planters Association to work on Hawaii sugar and pineapple plantations. And whereas by 1932, Filipinos comprised 70% of Hawaii's plantation workforce, enduring racial discrimination, harsh conditions, and hours of backbreaking labor. And whereas having experienced colonization and displacement in their homeland, Sakatas and their descendants stood against injustices and joined other plantation workers to organize labor unions to fight for fair wages and working conditions. And whereas in 1946, Filipino workers played a vital role in the historic 79-day Hawaii sugar strike organized by the International Longshoremen's and Warehousemen's Union, ILWU, Local 142, helping to transform Hawaii's economy, politics, and social structures and pave the way for improved workers' rights. And whereas Filipinos in Maui County have continued to make significant contributions to the labor movement, including during the 1951 Lanai pineapple strike led by Pedro de la Cruz and ILWU Local 152, and more recently in labor strikes involved the Kioya Hotels and Resorts and Maui Health Systems, a Kaiser Foundation Hospitals LLC. And whereas people of Filipino ancestry comprise approximately 26% of Hawaii population, 28% of Maui population, 31% of Molokai's population, and 64% of Lanai's population. And whereas over the years, Filipinos have furthered Maui County's vitality through notable hard work in healthcare, agriculture, education, entrepreneurship, the service industry, labor, law, finance, government, social services, and volunteerism. And whereas as the community continues to recover from the devastating August 8th, 2023 Maui wildfires, where in Lahaina, an estimated 40% of the pre-fire population was Filipino, exhibiting qualities such as Bayanihan and Panang Kaisa, the spirit of mutual aid and civic unity, and Kapwa, a sense of identity, emphasizing shared humanity and mutual obligation, are more important than ever. And whereas the shared values and intertwined histories of Filipinos, Kanaka Maori, Pacific Islanders, and immigrants proved opportunities for cultural exchange and enrichment and helped to build a foundation for solidarity in Maui County in the pursuit of equity and collective well-being. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the county or by the Council of the County of Maui, number one, that it recognizes October as Filipino American History Month and honors the community contributions of Filipinos in Maui County. And number two, that certified copies of this resolution be transmitted to Arno Alvarez, President of Binhi et Ani, Tante Urban, President, Philam Voice, Reverend Sam Domingo, Board Chair, Hawaii Workers Center, Stephen West, Maui Division Director, ILWU, Local 142, Nestor Ugali Jr., President of Kaibingan and Lahaina, Alice Ka'ahanui, President of the Kanakakai Filipino Association, Noemi Barbadillo, President of the Lanai Filipino Community Coalition, Dominic Sugitan, President of the Maui Filipino Chamber of Commerce, Madeline Pasqua, President of Maui Filipino Community Council, Nadine Ortega, Executive Director, Tanganwa, Gemma Weinstein, President of Unite Here Local 5, Marnelli Joy B. Ulep, Pamantanzan, Director, University of Hawaii, Louis Hokoana, Chancellor of the University of Hawaii, Maui College, and Richard T. Bisson Jr., Mayor of the County of Maui.
Discussion, Member Johnson?
Members, I live on the island of Lanai, where approximately 64% of our population is Filipino. In our community, the 1951 pineapple strike is a stuff of legend. The strike was led by Pedro de la Cruz of the ILWU, a man who would later become one of the first Filipinos to serve in the Hawaii legislature. De la Cruz's leadership and the leadership of many Filipino cicadas and descendants of cicadas is a history we all can honor. Their actions shifted the balance of power in the plantation era away from the Big Five and big money toward people power. It's now normalized to be expect corporate accountability, livable wages, and safe conditions in our workplaces, something I think we're all grateful for. I was reminded of this last week when I visited the picket lines outside of Kaiser and met many Filipinos continuing the fight for fairness and better working conditions. And like Hawaii, the Philippines have endured colonization, and those impacts are still with us today. The hit show, Chief of War, highlighted this recently when Kaayana visited Zamboanga, a city in the Philippines. Seeing the impact of colonization, he returned to Hawaii with a new perspective on how to address foreign influence. Pedro de la Cruz learned lessons from Filipino history as well. Based on methods Filipinos used in the struggle against the Spanish, de la Cruz established committees for hunting, fishing, and farming. Securing food sovereignty and feeding picketers was key to keep the spirits of preserving through the 210-day strike. There's a lesson we can all learn from that today. At a time when immigrants are being targeted by our federal government, it's important for all of us to recognize their contributions. It's not just cultural traditions, it's a new point of view, opportunities to broaden our perspectives, and infusion of people who enrich our community. Our shared values of community, unity, and mutual aid are beautiful things we can all celebrate and find in common when we learn about the histories of people who call Hawaii home. From solidarity in our shared history, we can better move forward into our shared future. I ask for the members' full support of my motion.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. Thank you, Member Johnson, for bringing this forward. I think we all celebrate, with you. I wanted to also mention more special people. I think this list can go on and on with this vibrant community. In our chambers sat Richard Caldito. He was the first Filipino elected to the County Council Board of Supervisors, I think it was called, who was from Maui. I like to talk about the Barrio Fiesta. We all have been there, right? And it is the longest running Filipino festival outside of the Philippines. They proudly put it on every year. And I think you all know we had that flag raising out front in the of the county building. And since 2010, I think it was Linda Lingo who designated this month for the Filipino community. And the County of Maui is the only county that raises the Filipino flag throughout the whole month of October. And I believe it's from 2010, whoever designated it from that point. So we proudly are the only one. And I did mention to my friends in City and County of Honolulu how special we are and that they should do the same maybe one day. When you do this resolution, I wonder if we can also add certified copies, Member Johnson, to be given to Iola Balabar, who is a daughter of Richard Caldito, and I'll get you that address. I also wanted to add somebody very special and active in this community and leads it with the ILWU, which is Chris West. We're so lucky to have Stephen West here, but Chris West is the president and on Oahu. But I think he should proudly get a copy of this resolution. And who spoke today, and I have her on my list to add, is Michelle Santos. If ever you have experienced any of the Filipino pageants, it is always Michelle who's at the forefront, making sure that it happens. And really proudly, she should be the queen of all queens that have kept this community vibrant and beautiful. So I wanted to add her to the list, Member Johnson, if I could, and the members. So if you would allow me, and thank you very much. I fully support this resolution.
Anyone else? Member Rollins Fernandez, I figured you want to say something.
Mahalo, Chair. And mahalo, Member Johnson and Axel Beers for this resolution, for working so hard on it and ensuring that Molokai was included in receiving a copy of this resolution to be inclusive and to honor it together in solidarity. Hawaiians love Filipino food, and we love Filipino people even more. As you heard from Auntie Alice, 60% of mixed Kanaka and Molokai are Filipino, including myself. My great-grandfather on my mom's side from Bintaro, Ilocos Norte, stowed away on a boat to Hawaii to work on the plantations here. And then here actually in Maui, and then moved to Mauna Loa, where he made a life with my great-grandmother. And on my father's side, my great-grandmother came from Cebu. In my opening remarks, and in testimony, we heard multiple times that honoring and remembering our history is necessary. Ikawama mua, ikawama hope. And celebrating our history and our culture and our people in all the big, but also in all the small ways, because it's the small everyday things that often make that impression on our life and on our families. And I was just trying to look this up. Oh, was that? Okay. I think I'm the second Filipino woman to serve in this seat. Yeah.
In this seat?
I think so. But you've been here longer, so you can tell me if I'm wrong. I didn't say first, I said second.
No, I'm thinking. I don't recall. Who's the first?
No, she's not Molokai. For Molokai.
I don't recall. Who's the first?
Mariano Acoba?
Oh, you said female, I thought you said.
Oh, is that a male?
Yeah, Mariano is a male.
Oh,
So
well,
you're
then I
the
might be the
first.
first then.
You're the first. Yeah.
Yay. Yeah. Mahalo, Chair.
Okay. Anyone else? Well, as we call upon a member U'u Hajins, I just want to say that my favorite Filipino word is cascaron.
Ooh.
Remember U'u Hajins?
Mine too. Probably second to like banana lumpia, which only lumpia is Filipino. But in college, this is a little bit talk story, but in college, I had to write an essay and I argued against the fact that Hawaii was a melting pot because it made it seem like we just all lost ourselves. And I argued that it was more like a stew where we all kind of soften on the edges, but we remain intact. You can see each piece. And one thing I admire about our Filipino community is how tight-knit they are. And I appreciate that. I know they're probably our most recent immigrants as like a whole. But it is so beautiful to see how close, how generous and how kind they are and how, like, they really do have such a good community. And I'm not Filipino, but I've always just admired it. And I just wanted to say that on record, that I think their community and how close they are is so beautiful and something to be treasured. So I'm happy. Thank you so much for doing this and happy to support it. Thank you, Chair.
Well, thank you for sharing that story. It's very nice. No, really. Member Sinansi.
Mahalo, Chair. Since we're all adding, mahalo to Councilmember Johnson for bringing this up. I too wanted to honor my Filipino grandpa from Pinili, Ilocos Norte, Balas Sinensi, and all of the Sinensis, especially in East Maui, we've all inherited his hard work ethic. He was a farmer. He lived off his garden. He would sell his bananas to everyone. So I just wanted to recognize him today. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Yeah, I was just thinking about that too. I mean, what I remember the most about our Filipino neighbors and friends is that they're very industrious. I mean, very industrious. Many of them have 2 jobs. They have gardens at home. You know, they know how to recycle. You know, it's amazing. You know, it's very admirable that they're so hardworking. You know. All right. Anybody else? If not,
Oh, Chair, can I just ask, are we going to add the amendment by the?
any
Vice Chair?
objections to adding is 2 people you wanted to add?
Thank you very much. Yes, I wanted to add Michelle Santos, as well as Chris West, the president of the ILWU Local 142.
And you'll provide them with the information
Yeah.
on address.
And,
Okay. And,
Oh, and Iola Bolivar, I'm sorry.
and Iola
For,
Bolivar.
Richard Caldito.
Okay. Those 3. Any objections, members?
No
Okay, so ordered.
Thank you.
All those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye.
Aye.
8 ayes, 1 excused. Member Pro Tem Kama. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Chair, would you allow to have some folks come down for a picture?
Yes.
Some Lays?
Yes. Who did you want to come down?
The folks who testified on the reso would be, if you would love, we would love to have you guys come down. I hope we have enough Lays for everyone.
Ready, 3, 2, and 1. And one more time, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you all.
Members, we're going to take a 10-minute recess. 10:37, we'll reconvene. Recess. Will the council meeting of October 24th, 2025, please reconvene? It's 10:49. Ms. Clerk.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Proceeding to oral testimony on any item on the meeting agenda. So the first testifier is Kalani Miles. She'll be testifying on Resolution 25-187 and 188. She'll be followed by Nicholas Crow.
Again?
Kalani Miles.
Oh, okay, in the chambers, okay.
I think it's a he.
Yes,
Yeah.
my apologies.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us, and thank you for being here. On behalf of Shopo, my name is Kalani Miles. I am the State Board Director at Large for the union. We just want to say thank you for all the support that you guys have been giving us, and we humbly ask for your vote of approval for our negotiated contract. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Any questions? If not, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next testifier.
Chair, the next testifier is Nicholas Crow, also testifying on Resolutions 25-187 and 188. He'll be followed by Richard Mitchell.
Good morning, Council.
Morning.
I'm the Maui County Chapter Chair for State of Hawaii Organization of Police Officers. And again, thank you so much. This council has worked so hard for our community and, for our officers in helping to make our jobs safer and helping us to serve the community better. And it doesn't go unnoticed. I see how hard you folks work for us, and I appreciate it. I swear I missed Councilman Cook. He looked like he was like 35 years old when he started. And now he's all great and stuff. I mean that with respect. Yeah, you're a hard worker, and it shows. Yeah. But, I was just with the chief before coming up here. We were just talking, and he's fully supports this contract, and he's behind us 100%. And we think it's gonna go a long way for our recruitment and retention. So I just passed the 25-year mark with the Maui Police Department. So thank you. And I was looking. I was like, man, over half of my life I've been in the police department. 54% of my life I've been in the police department. So, but back when I joined the department. Back then, as a local Maui boy right out of high school, the best job you could get on Maui, the best job you get was county. Everybody knew it. You got to get a county job. And when I took that test the first time, there was 200 officers or applicants in there with me taking the written test. We had in the cafeteria at Maui High School. When we walked out, another 200 went in. And now we just don't see those numbers. Now we get like 10 people taking the test at a time. And it has a lot to do with the pay. And I think this is because over those years since then, the private sector has passed us. The private sector pays better, has better benefits. In the meantime, our benefits and our pay our benefits have gone down, and our pay is kind of slowly increased, not as fast as everyone else's. So it's doing an incredible job, and I appreciate all of you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Members' questions? If not, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next testifier.
Chair, the next testifier is Housing Director Richard Mitchell, testifying on Resolutions 25-197, 198, and 199, and he will be followed by Stephen West.
Good morning, Chair. Magandang umaga. And
pretty good.
Aloha, Chair and Council members. Thank you for the opportunity to testify in support of Resolutions 25-197, 25-198, 25-199. There was a little bit of confusion about the language in the first recital of each of those resolutions, and so I'm speaking to that confusion so we can clarify it. Each of the first paragraphs in those resolutions has a phrase that says something like consisting of 90 units, or consisting of 97 units in the second, or consisting of 36 rental units. That phrase is both the affordable units and the manager unit. And so we are recommending that phrase be clarified in each of the resolutions. So in Resolution 25-197, the last sentence of the first resolution would be rephrased as saying, consisting of 89 rental units at, comma, or below, comma, 60% of the area median income, comma, plus one manager unit, so that it's very clear. And we would do the same, recommend the same thing for each of the other two resolutions. These resolutions are urgent and we are requesting floor action, and I acknowledge that we need to get better at conveying this in our transmittals so that everyone is aware. So bear with us, in part because not only is this developer who's here with us today, their representative is Keegan Flaherty, he's sitting right there. They've produced a great project for South Maui and for the community, and we want to continue being supportive of them and others that work productively with the county. The phase one of the project, residents are moving in now as we speak. Phase two, the developers are conducting their lottery today. Phase three, they're scheduled to complete by December. So we really want to get the contractors paid. Getting these resolutions passed will allow them to be paid for funds that have been outstanding for several months now. And then finally, I'd like to introduce Cassie Yamashita. She is our new director of the county housing programs. Many of you know her from MEO, a great addition to our department, and has taken an enormous amount of work off of my table, and I really appreciate it, Cassie. So if there are any questions, either Cassie or Keegan can be here to answer those questions when these items come up. And last but not least, thank you, mahalo, and salamat.
Thank you. Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. Nice to see you here. I really appreciate it. And thank you for working with us in terms of the amendment that is required, right, for clarification. Can you say what the amendment you're asking for? You're saying that
yes,
90 with
the last
80.
sentence of Resolution 25-97 should be revised to say, quote, consisting of 89 rental units at, comma, or below, comma, 60% of the area median income, comma, plus one manager unit, colon, and. And then with respect to Resolution 25-190.
I get it, because the numbers are all different, but I just want to get your phrase, and I'm going to ask staff to correct what I have in terms of the amendment that I got. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, excuse me, I thought staff, David, already worked on the ASF?
Yeah, but it's different from what I have. So I will check with David.
Okay. Any more questions? If not, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Oh,
Chair.
Member Paulton.
Member Paulton.
Oh, I just was wondering if you gave that amendment to anybody in writing.
Thank you for the question, Member Paulton. I emailed that language this morning, so I'm not entirely sure how it was changed from what was put in the email.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll check.
Yeah, I was told it was done already.
Me too. I was told.
And thank you, Chair. And I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to OCS. I know as a veteran of OCS that last minute changes like this put a lot of pressure on both OCS staff and the member staff. And so I want to acknowledge and appreciate their work with doing this last minute amendment. Thank you.
Okay, any more questions? If not, thank you.
Chair, the next testifier is Stephen West, who will be testifying on resolutions 25-187 and 188, to be followed by Daniel Ellis.
Morning again. ILWU stands in solidarity with our brothers and sisters of Shopo and, of course, all the county workers. In today's economy, we're barely catching up, right? And the raises that need to be received are substantial, so they can keep up, so they can support their family members. And that's all across the state. That's all the fights that working people are facing right now. You know, it's not just a matter of catching up, but we need to be able to have money in the bank that they can put towards their family's future. So I'll keep it short. We stand in solidarity, and please support them. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? If not, thank you.
Chair, the next testifier is Daniel Ellis, testifying on resolution 25-195, to be followed by Leslie Milner.
Good morning.
Morning.
First of all, I just wanted to say thank you, not only to all the members here at council who have already been supporting us over the last 8 years. We've been working on bringing the Paia sugar mill back to being a place where local families can work, afford to live here and thrive. So thank you very much for that. because of everything happened already this morning, I thought it'd be remiss of me not to say about Filipino Month. I've been to the Philippines a couple of times. It's a great place. I'm also an immigrant to this island, this place, and obviously this nation. Maui was, my wife used to laugh at me, and for the first 10 years, I'd only ever been to Maui, and I've been to the mainland twice. But when I got here and I was going through my immigration and my green card, at one plaza, it was a Filipino consulate that helped me do all of my paperwork, and it was me, obviously. I'm a white guy from England. Everyone else was Filipino. But Maui is that place, right, where I'm an immigrant, a proud immigrant from Britain, right? A nation that has kings and queens who went around the world, sent working people to do things that weren't all good, but working British people and working people from around the world have come to Maui, and it's allowed us to thrive. Paia has been a place where I got everything I have today in Paia. I met my wife in Paia 2007. I got my first house in Paia. My kids are born in Paia. And the Paia Sugar Mill was that place where generations of working people could support their family, get education and work. And this resolution helps us continue in that effort. And we're more than open to answer any questions today. And I know this is the first step in a multi-step process where we've been working on this for 8 years, and our first step is always to ask questions, ask what people's concerns are, ask what we can do to make sure that is an asset for Paia as we restore the manufacturing heart of Paia. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there any questions? I don't see any. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chair, the next testifier is Leslie Milner, testifying on Bill 162. She'll be followed by Sam Small.
Aloha, Chair. Aloha, Council members. I did also want to briefly mention Committee Report 2568. I just wanted to thank you all again for expediting that to meet the seller's deadline. We really appreciate your cooperation on that. The other item I'm here to testify on is Bill 162, which amends the Managed Retreat Fund to add conditional language for the removal of debris and tree stumps. You'll remember this is a continuation. We did a similar amendment last year for the removal of other tree stumps as well as the debris left over when the pavilion collapsed. So this is just continuing that work to keep the shoreline safe as unfortunately the erosion continues. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Questions, members? Member Paulton.
Is that still yet? Is it at Baldwin?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, apologies. Baldwin.
Kapugolu. Okay, thank you.
Any more questions? If not, thank you, Director.
Hello, Chair.
Chair, the next testifier is Sam Small. Please let us know which item or items you'll be testifying on. He'll be followed by the Royal House of Hawaii.
Okay, great. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great, thank you. Aloha, Council members. This is 25-68. Is the County of Maui now paying Peter Martin's company, West Maui Land, which is named in the fire litigation, for land immediately adjacent to Lahaina, supposedly to create fire protection buffers after the fact? Doesn't that concern you? The state rushed to assemble a settlement proposal before any real investigation was ever made into West Maui Land's role in the Lahaina fire. No independent review of their culpability or liability, just now a payout to the same developer whose projects have repeatedly ignored fire mitigation responsibilities for decades. Take the Oluwalu subdivision, for example. Peter Martin's company was sued by a community group advised by Chris Salem because the subdivision was never completely completed. Public Works Director at the time, I think it was David Good, signed off on it anyway, even though critical fire access roads and egress routes were missing. That was over 10 years ago. Even after the 2018 fire, which should have been a wake-up call, but wasn't, and now after the tragic disaster of August 8th, West Maui Land's fire breaks and egress roads are still not installed. Residents in that area remain at risk today. This is part of a larger pattern, a subdivision process that's been bent and abused by the same cast of developers and county insiders again and again with no accountability. And now, instead of requiring compliance, we appear to be rewarding them with millions of new dollars of public spending. Do you understand that if the county had enforced the proper subdivision process in the first place, Peter Martin's company would have had to have been required to dedicate these low-lying lands instead of taxpayers footing the bill now? These deals were deliberately structured to avoid public dedication. And this has been seen before. At Ukamahami, Attorney Tom Welch convinced the council to approve a lot line consolidation, turning small parcels into 2-acre gentlemen's farms, bypassing the subdivision process. The result, the county later paid for the same unbuildable low-lying lands to redirect the highway that should have been dedicated from the start. This isn't just a one-time oversight. It's a systemic abusive process that directly undermines public safety and public trust. I'm asking you to stop normalizing it. Stop spending public money to clean up after the same people who created the danger. At the very least, make this proposed $20 million expenditure contingent upon rectifying all past violations by West Maui Land and their affiliates once and for all. Just 1 second. You owe that to the people who lost everything. You owe it to those still living at risk. And you owe it to the integrity of this council to ensure the rules apply equally to everyone. Mahalo for that. CR 25. Any questions? Yeah, sure.
Members, do you have any questions? If not, thank you very much.
All right, CR 2569. And speaking of Chris Salem, as you go into executive session today, you will again be briefed by KSG and Corporation Counsel about what claims are still active in Chris Salem's case. I need to remind you that you have been misled before, and they are likely to do it again about the details. Ask for details of count 7. They're damning to the county. Corporation Counsel was recused over conflicts of interest, but they continue to influence this body and others. The Ethics Committee, too. They spent years and untold taxpayers' dollars denying those conflicts until Judge Cahill finally forced them to admit it. Only then did they step aside. And now KSG, hired to replace Corp Counsel, has already been paid nearly $1 million, with costs still climbing, to defend Corporation Counsel's own illegal actions involving deferral agreements, SMA permits, and subdivision abuses. Councilmember Paulton, if you had followed through on the SMA investigation into Greg Brown's permit manipulations that Chris Salem exposed while working in the mayor's office, instead of refusing a $90,000 appropriation, you could have resolved this long ago. That inquiry would have uncovered the same misconduct, now costing the taxpayers more than $1 million. Councilmember Cook, you can easily verify that the Huey Road subdivision in question is unlawful for Public Works to erase infrastructure conditions like fire hydrants from an SMA permit. Planning holds the sole authority over SMA conditions, yet KSG is spending our money in court to claim that Public Works can override an SMA permit, effectively rewriting county law to defend wrongdoing. That's unacceptable. Corp Counsel's influence doesn't end there. Their interference with the county auditor, Lance Taguchi, to suppress exposure of these abuses is the reason you recently approved another $150,000 for his legal protection. The auditor is 7 years delinquent on a mandatory peer review required by the county charter and the federal Yellow Book standards. His last review in 2018 was scathing for professional violations. And now these same patterns are surfacing in 2 new cases. Developers and department heads quietly deleting fire mitigation requirements, issuing of private warranty deeds that alter government contracts without approval or public notice. If you continue defending these actions, these financial liabilities will far exceed the millions that you've already wasted. Stop sacrificing the public's trust to protect a handful of officials, 15 seconds more, protect a handful of officials and favored developers. The council has full authority to launch independent investigations and uphold the public interests. We're asking you to do your duty, expose the truth, end the cover-ups, and protect the public you serve. Because I promise you, we are not going away. Thank you.
Members, any questions? If not, thank you very much. Next testifier.
Chair, the next testifier is the Royal House of Hawaii. He'll be followed by Chris Salem.
Aloha. I'll be speaking on CR 25-56, CR 25-67, CR 2558, CR 5069, CR 2570, CR 2571, Resolution 25187, Resolution 25188, Resolution 25189, Resolution 25190, Resolution 25191, Resolution 25192, Resolution 25195, Resolution 25198, 196, Resolution 25-197, Resolution 25-198, Resolution 25-199, and bills 159, bills 160, bill 161, bill 162, bill 40, CD1, bill 141, bill 148, bill 149, bill 153, bill 154, bill 155, bill 190, CD1, bill 91, CD1. Is that it? Okay, yeah. I'll be speaking on every single one today, and I'm, as y'all should know, I'm an alluvial land tenant, royal patent.
Excuse me, can you please let us, excuse me, before you start, can you please let us know when you finished each item so that we can reset the clock? And please let us know which item you're speaking on when you start. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going. Wait. Where's the?
Just repeat the first one, because you gave us a whole list, so just repeat the first one that you're going to talk on, and when you finish with that, you tell us the next one you're talking on, and the next one. Okay?
Okay, so I'm gonna do the CR ones then first, because it's like all about development, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys all should know, I'm an alluvial land tenant, royal patent descendant, and heir under Heva Heva Nui. Royal Patent 7447 and Land Commission Award 3237 Apana 2. And I'm pretty sure and factually correct that these are all fraud, very much, because there was no discussion with any of the descendants or heirs of the royal patented lands, because as you should know, all of Hawaii is royal patented by our king Kamehameha III that had created it during the Mahele. And if you guys never knew that, you guys should have no qualification to be making the decisions on the lands anywhere in Hawaii or Maui especially. And there has, and it's factually all frauded. So I wonder which royal patented land that belonged to. And by the way, this is a really great concern. So in everybody's TMKs under the legal info, I keep on saying this every time. I haven't got any response, but the legal infos I've noticed been getting erased inside of the TMK information because in that information, the legal info is supposed to be showing the Royal Patent RP, which is real property. So any of these CRs, bills, whatever, if it says real property, that's fraud because where is the Royal Patent RP? That's the real RP, real property, Royal Patent, okay? And Land Commission Award. None of these lands or anybody that is trying to build these lands have no clear title. Their title could never and has never been adjudicated, just like our clear titles that have been adjudicated already from the Mahele. And it's all adjudicated already. So it supersedes any kind of title, fake title. Also, with the warranty deeds that these developers are using and creating are fraud, straight up hella fraud, because they are not descendants of that royal patent or any of the royal patents that they claim to be making a warranty deed for or any kind of paperwork whatsoever. And yeah, there hasn't been any discussion with any of us heirs, all of the Royal House of Hawaii. And I know the specific heirs who...
Excuse me, your time's up on the first item. Can you please give the chair time to ask if there's any questions, and then you can move on to the second.
Okay.
Members, any questions? If not, could you go on to the next item, please?
Okay. The next item, the CR, the Bill 120, increasing estimated revenues for bond lapse by 5,000, adding a new capital improvement project. Oh yeah, I fully object for any development period because there was no discussion with the heirs again and the descendants of that royal patented land, because all of Hawaii and Maui even is all royal patented by Kamehameha III. And yeah, and all these like lands and stuff like that they're like, it looks like, Kula Agriculture Park, upcountry. So this is going to be upcountry. So there's only a few families that have royal patents, so they weren't even contacted. I'm one of them. I own an entire, my family owns an entire Ahupua'a, Ka'ona-Ulu. So I hope it's not going to be built over there in upcountry, yeah, because you guys like to like change the entire Ahupua'a and then like make it into towns, and then we cannot even have access to the entire Ahupua'a. Like, please make that make sense. Like, how do we not have? Yeah, and this connects also because we don't have access to the entire Ahupua'a. We have to drive all the way on the other side of the island just to get on top of the hill. Like, or it's either that or we gotta walk. For real. And girl, it gets tiring trying to hike up her, girl, okay? And we need but we, no matter what, we need the access. I don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, for that land, there was no contact with the royal patents and the heirs who are in charge of the allodium of all Hawaii, because I know the family who is supposed to have the allodium and did the paperwork also, that holds the allodium for all of Hawaii, all of it. And I can do the next one. CR 25-68. Oh no, you guys gotta ask questions. Yeah, you guys get questions.
Members, any questions? Oh, no questions. You can continue.
Okay, so then the next one. Okay, so CR 25-68. Okay, so I see. I fully object. Because there was no discussion again with the royal patent heirs, the descendants of that land and the areas, and especially in Lahaina, we're not going to remove anybody because we feel how they went, what they went through, everything. So we'll guarantee plan and make solutions for everybody. The heirs of that land, they should, because they cannot like yeah, but we're not going to be removing anybody. Even though we can, but we're not, because that's how about that. Okay. And there was no contact with the royal patent, the heirs and the descendants. So, and please include the real property royal patent, which is and means royal patent, and the Land Commission Award in the TMK legal info, because I've noticed majority of the properties in Lahaina have it erased. I don't know how it did. My family's house, they live in the boundary of 4 different royal patents, and it's all the 4 different royal patents are supposed to be listed in their legal info. We have the house paperwork, the TMK listing it, but why are the TMKs being changed and erased? Like nothing happened. And then gotta go ask for a parcel history. And then when you ask for even a parcel history, they don't even give you the parcel history sheet. And you gotta ask for that on top of that, because it lists all the fraud all the way to the last people who were on that land of that royal patent. And yeah, I don't know. And then you got to put it all together when it's supposed to already be inside the legal info showing the royal patent already. But anyway, the next one.
Questions, members? Okay, next.
And I'll just conclude this, all of this already. So then as for every single one of these topics and stuff like that, please call the royal patents as you are supposed to do by law. The Hawaiian people are literally getting frauded, literally, and it's almost like a war zone. Like you see all the Hawaiians houses, and then or you're trying to make these affordable housing and pushing them all into this building in one area only, when they have royal patented lands, all the entire islands. And then as for regular people, there's crown land for all people, but DHHL is building on the crown lands, which is for everybody, when the Hawaiians actually have royal patented lands all outside of crown land, which is way more lands than the crown land. So please revise that, and please let the public know, because the public is literally being frauded. Mahalo.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Oh, okay, thank you very much. May we have the next testifier, please?
Chair, the next testifier is Chris Salem. Please let us know which item you'll be testifying on. He'll be followed by Junia Nakoa, who is currently our last testifier.
Okay, has the microphone been unmuted?
Yes.
All righty. I apologize. The testimony of Sam Small was difficult to listen to in light of the fact that, Sam was in the emergency room last night with the conditions, and I don't know if the council's aware, but Sam suffered a heart attack within the last year, and I'm deeply regretful of that he has been involved with this matter. But he is an amazing public servant, albeit I understand that people don't appreciate the issues that we are raising.
Can you, Mr. Salem, can you please let us know which item you're testifying on?
Yes, I'll be testifying on the proposed land acquisition in Lahaina, which is CR 2568. And I'll also be testifying on the proposed authorization for settlement, CR 2569. I'll begin today with stating I'm a resident of West Maui for almost 30 years. I'd like to begin with the discussion of disclosures. It's my belief that everyone involved with a public meeting should be required to disclose their actual and potential conflicts with the items before this council. I believe so many disputes would be avoided if there was transparency in this public process, which obviously is now being raised in the Board of Ethics. With that said, I'm a former executive assistant under the chair. These are my disclosures, which is not testimony. It's a necessary part of the process. I'm a former executive assistant under the chair of planning, former staff member of the office of the mayor. I believe it is relevant that as the council member I was employed by, the entire staff was Hawaiian, which I support deeply. Our council staff included former county clerk Kathy Kaho'o and her son Jordan Molina, the current public works director. I think that should be known during these proceedings. I'm also the secretary of the board of Lahaina Junior Golf. Councilmember Rollins Fernandez, I'm very moved by your opening remarks today and the beautiful testimony of the Filipino residents. On our high school basketball teams, which I coached over the last many decades, our Filipino players were the best point guards. They were the quarterbacks. With that said, the first item I'll testify on is the proposed land acquisition. We travel past this land each and every day. My daughter swims in the Lahaina Aquatic Center. She was one of the volunteers, along with the mothers and daughters, with the Lahaina Swim Club to muck out the Lahaina pools and smelly black soot after the horrific Lahaina fires. I now question as a father whether that was a good decision because the toxicity of that was never tested. So it's very, very challenging, the things that we are dealing with on that end. Continuing on with the fact that we travel past that area. My daughter grew up swimming in the pristine.
Excuse me, that's time. Please conclude on CR 2568, and then the chair will ask if there are any questions.
Okay. To net it out in regards to Councilmember Rollins Fernandez, I will just state it's helpful in this process. My daughter grew up swimming in the pristine bays, waters in the Pili Bay. She just committed to be a Division I swimmer with the University of Hawaii at Manoa. While she has many options on the mainland, she was born and raised on Maui and loves the spirit of these islands. I try my best to insulate my family from the dark side of Maui County. I can go to the...
No questions. You can go to the next item. Mr. Salem? Did we lose him?
Mr. Salem, it looks like you're muted on your end.
Mr. Salem? I wonder what happened.
Mr. Salem, looks like you need to unmute on your end. You can go into your second item.
I didn't unmute, so maybe they did that because my time was up. I don't know if that's part of the process, but maybe so, regardless. Okay, I have to go back and regather. Okay, in regards to CR 2569, authorization for settlement, I'm the plaintiff in the matter on the agenda item today. Once again, in regards to disclosures, Corporation Counsel continues to attend private executive sessions on a case where they're disqualified and conflicted. I asked Deputy Director Desjardins to explain to the public how this is ethical. I have only a few comments today regarding the proposed settlement, and Mr. Small has covered the majority of them. I stand by my position that if the council would have investigated the claims and the decisions of the planning director and unclean hands of Public Works Director Milton Arakawa, this case would never have escalated to the courts. I also state if the council would have adopted the investigation of the monster home in Apili after the stop orders were issued at my efforts and the community, including Junia, that offensive structure would not be standing today. Ironically, the recent Planning Commission proposed height limits in Lahaina confirmed the violations. This will be raised as new evidence in the courts. I further claim that the county audit was not influenced by conflicted corp counsel, all the cause of this mess would be revealed. I remind this council, you voted 9-0 in support of my efforts to audit these deferral agreements. How is it that you now fight me on something that is your responsibility? That question was asked to Judge Hammond, who was recused. Has it ever happened that a pro se citizen recuses and disqualifies entire corp counsel and the judge? Is that why the retaliation is so intense against me? Why isn't this council supporting me when I'm supporting you? I continue to be perplexed by why we are at odds and why you would spend public money instead of just doing your duty to investigate these things. Mr. Cook, is there any such thing as a 5-lot, 3 lots or less subdivision agreement? So in closing, so the council is aware, because of what just happened at the Board of Ethics and them changing the rules, there now will be a new claim and complaint filed against the county auditor and Moana Ludi, who penetrated that audit that was when in fact her department was being audited. Number 2, and this is the end of my testimony, the buyer of my former home on Hui Road is an attorney. Her assistant has contacted me, asking me, why is there no fire hydrant in this subdivision? And I said, oh my, that's an interesting question. Because according to KSG, way back when, Public Works Director David Good and Milton Arakawa erased that condition in the dark that was in an SMA permit, and I have no idea why fire mitigations are in SMA permits. But at the end of the day, this whole thing is, I'm done. This whole thing is mushrooming. There's more claims coming. There's more lawsuits coming. And I pray, can we consider going to mediation? I'm on your side. Why are you not on mine?
Members, do you have any questions? If not, thank you very much. May we have the next testifier?
Chair, the next and last testifier is Junior Nakoa. Mr. Nakoa, please let us know which item or items you will be testifying on.
Yeah, okay, let me clarify that one there. The lady that's talking. I would put down what I was going to talk about, but you guys will let us chat on the damn chat team. So kind of hard there for put down what I claim. So that's just my complaint about this system, yeah? Then the last time I ain't go try get on, the testifier list was way back in 2023. So you guys got to start cleaning up this thing so we know what the heck we're doing. You change the rules every damn time. Please keep us informed on what's happening. So us guys, especially me who've been testifying for 20 plus years, don't get confused. Can you imagine the guys who don't testify? They got to worry about and know what the heck you guys doing. Yeah, Alice Lee, the chair.
Yeah, could
so
you
just
start?
letting you guys know about that. Okay, let me go ahead and talk about, now I can tell you guys what I'm going to talk about, and my 3 minutes going to start now on this item. 2568. $20 million, yeah, the purchase of Peter Martin's land. I've been in communication with the mayor's administration about this topic, yeah, and all I hear is about fire mitigation, trying to control them. We don't like let when not a private guy get a hold of them, and then we gotta challenge that guy, and all that kind of stuff. Hello. Why are we just not challenging Peter Martin? Why are we just not punishing him? Why are we just not taking him to court? Why are we not telling, we know for all this fire mitigation here in Lahaina that I see every damn day? Yeah, why are we giving him $20 million? We're giving him a bailout. Why are we not taking him caught? Why are we not fighting these guys who ain't burned down our Lahaina? And we still suffering. Why waste our tax dollars for go take care of these guys? Huh? When we should be taking them to court. Not Chris Salem, who is doing his job, yeah? Because I was helping him do his job. Yeah, I was the public who ain't go and do them all on my own. Now we get paid $1 damn. Yeah, told you guys to go take them to court. Moana Luli, the county clerk, and the other lady, the deputy county clerk, when challenge us every damn time on the way, every step of the way. We got nothing. And now how you guys like go give this guy $20 million of our tax dollars when we should be suing this guy? We should be taking him to court. Frustrating, guys. You guys supposed to be helping us, the people. But no, you gotta spend our money all kinds of different ways. And then what? You guys make a TIG.
That's
you make
time.
a TIG for the Bill 9.
Please
Why we
conclude
don't
your
do a TIG?
testimony
Why we don't do a
on
TIG for the...
2568.
Okay. Are there any questions for Mr. Nakua? Okay, no questions. Thank you, Junior. Next testifier.
Chair, there's currently no one else signed up to testify at the beginning of the meeting, so we'll go ahead and give last call. If anyone wishes to testify in the beginning of the meeting, please raise your...
I'm not yet.
Okay, which item are you... Okay, which item are you testifying
hold on
on?
there. See? Yeah, hold on. See, you guys don't let me go. I couldn't put it up in the chat. I told you guys. Ricky, God dang it. Looks like cut me off again.
Junior, please calm down and watch your language.
Well, how am I supposed... what language am I using? That is wrong.
If you don't calm down, we're going to mute you. We're going to cut you off.
Yeah, this is what I'm going to tell you right now, yeah? Alice Lee.
Okay, mute him right now. Mute him right now. Are there any other testifiers?
No, Chair, there are no other testifiers signed up at the beginning of the meeting. Did you want me to go ahead and give last call?
Yes.
Counting down 3, 2, 1. Chair, there's no one else to testify at the beginning of the meeting.
Members, any objections to closing public testimony and accepting written testimony for items at the beginning of the meeting?
No objections.
Thank you. Moving on to the committee reports. There's no one signed up to testify on the committee reports. So we'll go ahead and give last call for anyone wishing to testify in the committee reports. Counting down 3, 2, 1. Chair, no one to testify in committee reports.
Members, any objections to closing public testimony on committee reports and accepting written testimony? Okay. So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Chair, from the Budget, Finance, and Economic Development Committee is Committee Report 25-66, recommending the following. 1, first reading of Bill 103, CD1, 2025, to amend the fiscal year 2026 budget by 1, increasing estimated revenues for lapse bond by $10 million. 2, adding a new capital improvement project appropriation entitled 24 North Church Street Building Acquisition and Renovations for $10 million. 3, adding the project and description to Appendix C, and 4, adjusting the totals accordingly. 2, first reading of Bill 104, 2025, to amend the fiscal year 2026 general obligation bond authorization ordinance by adding an appropriation for the Department of Management, Wailuku Kahului Community Plan Area, Government Facilities entitled 24 North Church Street Building Acquisition and Renovations in the amount of $10 million. And 3, adoption of Resolution 25-173 to authorize the acquisition of 24 North Church Street, Wailuku, Hawaii, inclusive of a 12,962 square foot parcel with a 4-story, 30-unit office building and a 10,782 square foot parking garage, identified as tax map keys 234013044 0000 through 00304, $9,500,000 plus expenses.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
If there are no objections, may I please request the clerk also call up CR 25-67.
Any objections? So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Thank you.
CR 25-67, recommending the following. 1, first reading of Bill 127, CD1, 2025, to amend the fiscal year 2026 budget by 1, increasing estimated revenues for lapse bond by $5,862,123. 2, adding a new capital improvement project appropriation entitled Kula Agricultural Park Phase 1 Expansion, Upcountry Maui Ag Park for $5,862,123. 3, adding the project and description to Appendix C, and 4, adjusting the totals accordingly. And 2, first reading of Bill 128, CD1, 2025, to amend the fiscal year 2026 general obligation bond authorization ordinance by adding the Department of Agriculture and a new appropriation under Makua Pukalani Kula Community Plan Area, other projects entitled Kula Agricultural Park Phase 1 Expansion, Upcountry Ag Park, in the amount of $5,862,123.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. I move to adopt the recommendations in Committee Report 25-66 and Committee Report 25-67.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Cook, to approve the recommendations in committee reports 2566 and 2567. Discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. Related to Committee Report 2566, Bill 103, Bill 104, and amend fiscal year 26 budget with bond authorization ordinance respectively for a $10 million bond fund project entitled 24 North Church Street Building Acquisition and Renovations. Resolution 25-173 authorizes the acquisition of 24 North Church Street, exclusive of closing costs as required by the Maui County Code, Section 3.44.015, paren C. The $10 million appropriation covers the $9.5 million purchase price, closing costs, and life safety upgrades to the air conditioning system and fire alarm control panel. The administration intends to consolidate the Department of the Prosecuting Attorney in this facility, which is near Kalana o Maui and Hoapi'i Hale, the Second Circuit Courthouse. Relating to the second Committee Report 25-67, Bill 127 CD1 and Bill 128 CD1 amend the fiscal year 26 budget and bond authorization ordinance respectively to add $5,862,123 bond-funded project entitled Kula Agriculture Park Phase 1 Expansion of Country Maui Ag Park. Bill 128 adds $5,862,123 in general obligation bond authorization to fund the Kula Ag Park 1 expansion project. These funds would complete the county's $10 million match to the state's $10 million appropriation for the Phase 1 expansion of the Upcountry Maui Ag Park. Current development at the park focuses on water infrastructure, including a booster pump station, a 2.5 million gallon reservoir, off-site transmission lines, and related improvements. The total estimated cost is $44.3 million. $24.3 million has been secured to date, including the appropriation and the state funds. An additional $20 million will be needed for future development phases. I ask the members' support of my motion. Thank you, Chair.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Did Member Paulton raise her hand? Member Paulton? Okay.
Thank you.
8 ayes, 1 excused, pro tem comma, motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair from the Budget, Finance, and Economic Development Committee is CR 2568, recommending the following. One, first reading of Bill 138 CD1 2025 to amend the fiscal year 2026 budget by 1, increasing estimated revenues for lapsed bond by $20,150,000. 2, adding a new capital improvement project appropriation for the Department of Public Works, West Maui Community Plan Area, other projects, bond fund and lapsed bond fund entitled West Maui Land Acquisitions in the amounts of $16,192,706 and $3,957,295 respectively. 3, adjusting the totals accordingly, and 4, amending Appendix C, Capital Improvement Projects, Department of Public Works, by adding a new section for the West Maui Community Plan Area and a new project and description entitled West Maui Land Acquisitions in the amount of $20,150,000. 2, first reading of Bill 139 CD1 2025 to amend the fiscal year 2026 general obligation bond authorization ordinance by adding a new section for the Department of Public Works, West Maui Community Plan Area, other projects entitled West Maui Land Acquisitions in the amount of $16,192,706 and increasing the total by the same. 3, first reading of Bill 140 CD1 2025 to amend the fiscal year 2026 lapsed bond proceeds authorization ordinance by adding the Department of Public Works, West Maui Community Plan Area, other projects, and a new appropriation entitled West Maui Land Acquisitions in the amount of $3,957,294 and adjusting the total accordingly. And 4, adoption of Resolution 25-186 to authorize the acquisition of 120 parcels totaling 162.07 acres located in Lahaina, Hawaii, identified for real property tax purposes as tax map keys 246-011-000, 246-013-001, 002, and 016. through 046, 246-014, 001, 004, 007 through 0114. I'm sorry, just 014 and 018, 246-015, 001 and 005 through 007, 246-016, 002, 004, 040 and 043 through 085 and 246-034, 044 through 068, up to $20 million exclusive of closing costs and expenses.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. I move to adopt recommendations in Committee Report 25-68.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Hodgins, to approve the recommendations in Committee Report 2568. Discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you, Chair. Bill 138 CD1, Bill 139 CD1, and Bill 140 CD1 amends the fiscal year 26 budget, bond authorization ordinance, and lapse bond ordinance respectively to recognize a $20,150,000 project entitled West Maui Land Acquisitions, which entails the purchase of 100 parcels in West Maui. The project will use $16,192,706 in bond funds and $3,957,294 in lapse bond funds.
Okay, any more discussion?
Wait.
Oh, you're not
done.
finished, okay.
Bill 140 CD1 amends the lapse bond fund, and under Hawaii Revised Statutes 47.5, it requires an affirmative vote of 2/3 of the council. Resolutions 25-186 authorizes the acquisition of the parcels totaling about 162 for up to $20 million, exclusive of closing costs as required by Maui County Code 3.44.0150 The acquisition will enable several county projects such as a flood control channel, Kahua Street expansion, and Mill Street improvements. About 60 of the 120 parcels are essential for the flood control project. 18 parcels have unclear title. Curative steps up to eminent domain may be required. The seller will not carve out parcels and targets a November 14th closing date. The county's appraisal value of the properties is $13.1 million in bulk and $17.78 million parcel by parcel. The seller disputes the valuation, but has agreed to purchase the purchase price of $20 million. I ask for the members' support of this motion. Thank you, Chair.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
8 ayes, 1 excused, pro tem comma. Motion carries. Ms. Clerk?
Thank you.
Chair from the Government Relations, Ethics, and Transparency Committee is CR 2569, recommending adoption of Resolution 25184, authorizing settlement of Christopher Salem versus County of Maui et al., Civil 2 CCV 2100000482.
Member Hodgins.
Thank you, Chair. I move to adopt the recommendation in CR 25-69.
It's been moved and seconded by Member Hodgins, seconded by Member Cook to approve the recommendations in 2569. Discussion, Member Hodgins.
Thank you. At its meeting of October 7th, 2025, your great committee met to discuss Resolution 25-184, with which authorizes settlement of the claim which alleges breach of contract, tortious injury, unlawful termination, and seeks special, general, and punitive damage and declaratory and injunctive relief. A deputy corporation counsel provided a brief update of the status of the court proceedings and noted that settlement conference is scheduled for November 11th, 2025. Your committee voted 7-0 to recommend adoption of Resolution 25-184. And at this time, I ask the members' support of this motion. Thank you.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye. 8 ayes, 1 excuse, pro tem comma. Motion carries. Ms. Clerk?
Chair from the Komike Aloha Aina is CR 25.
Pardon me?
70, recommending the following. 1, first reading of Bill 106 CD1 2025 to designate property located at 8303 Kamehameha 5 Highway, Kaunakakai, Hawaii, as Mapulehu Kulaiwi. And 2, first reading of Bill 107 CD1 2025 to designate properties identified as Haiku Sugar East Subdivision, lots 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6, Hawaii, as Hamakualoa Kulaiwi.
Member Rollins Fernandez.
Mahalo, Chair. I move to adopt the recommendations in Committee Report 25-70.
Moved by Member Rollins Fernandez, seconded by Member Hodgins to approve the recommendations in Committee Report 2570. Discussion, Member Rollins Fernandez.
Mahalo, Chair. Your Kumiki Aloha Aina, having met on August 21st, 2025 and September 25th, 2025, voted 6-0, one excuse to recommend passage of Bills 106 CD1 and 107 CD1 2025 on first reading. Bills 106 and 107 were initially proposed to be named as a cultural preserve, but we received feedback requesting a name more fitting for the action we are taking. The purpose for these bills is to bring needed care for our county-owned aina, particularly those with cultural significance. The cultural preserve was inspired from the recently renamed Puamana Cultural Preserve at Waianu'ukole, from being a beach park. The Uivi Department Director Molitao offered to help us with the recommendation, which was to use kulaiwi, a culturally appropriate term to describe the intent behind the legislation. Director Molitao explained that kulaiwi pertains to ancestral homeland and represents the reciprocal relationship between people and aina that aligns with our Native Hawaiian values. We also received testimony from Malama Hamakualoa, and I was able to address the concerns that were shared, and the Uivi Department also met with their hui to promise, to commit to continued working with them after this legislation passed. I respectfully ask for the members' continued support of this action. Mahalo, Chair.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion to approve the recommendations in Committee Report 2570, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
8 ayes, 1 excuse, pro tem comma, motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair from the Water and Infrastructure Committee is CR 2571, recommending adoption of Resolution 25177 CD1 to 1, authorize the acceptance of the state's interest in the Alulike Onoulu Street remnant lot comprised of 11,567 square feet situated in Kihei, Hawaii, and to abandon the remnant lot as a county public highway.
Member Cook.
Chair, I move to adopt the recommendations in CR 25-71.
Moved by Member Cook, seconded by Member Hodgins to approve the recommendations in Committee Report 2571. Discussion, Member Cook.
Thank you, Chair. Your Water and Infrastructure Committee met on October 6th, 2025, to discuss Resolution 25-177. The lot was once part of Canaleo Road, has remained unused since the improvements were made in 1989. Accepting the state's interest allows the county to proceed with the abandonment process and explore future community-oriented uses for the property. Your committee voted 6-0 to recommend adoption of the Resolution 25177 CD1 with technical and non-substantive revisions for clarity. I respectfully ask the members for support of my motion.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
8 ayes, 1 excused, pro tem comma, motion carries. Ms. Clark.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Moving on to the resolutions and testimony on resolutions. Currently, we have no one signed up to testify. So if anyone wishes to testify on resolutions, please raise your hand in Teams or make your way to the podium. Chair seeing none, we'll count down 3, 2, 1. There is no one to testify on resolutions.
Members, any objections to closing public testimony and accepting written testimony on resolutions? So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Resolution 25-187, approving cost items for employees included in Bargaining Unit 12, police officers for fiscal years 2026, 2027, 2028, and 2029.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you, Chair. If there are no objections, may I please request the clerk also call up Resolution 25188.
Any objections? Ms. Clerk.
Resolution 25-188, approving cost items for employees excluded from Bargaining Unit 12, police officers for fiscal years 2026, 2027, 2028, and 2029.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you, Chair. I move to adopt Resolutions 25187 and 25188.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Cook, to adopt resolutions 25-187 and 25-188. Discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. The resolutions approve police officers' cost items for fiscal years 2026 through 2029 under the September 24th, 25 arbitration award. Resolutions 25-187 covers employees included in bargaining units 12 under resolution, and resolution 25-188 covers employees excluded from bargaining unit 12. The agreement covers fiscal year 26 through 29 and includes the following benefits: annual salary increases of 5%, annual step movements, and one-time retention pay for PO-07 through PO-15 of $1,800 in fiscal year 2027, and no change in employer contributions for health benefits, which is approximately 60% of the premium plus administrative fees. The total known cost for the four-year awards is estimated to be $38.6 million and $37 million for excluded employees and $1.6 million for excluded employees. The 37 is for included employees, I'm sorry. I ask for the members' support of my motion. Thank you, Chair.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Please say aye. 8 ayes, 0 noes, 1 excuse, pro tem comma, motion carries. Ms. Clerk?
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For referral to the Government Relations, Ethics, and Transparency Committee is Resolution 25-189, appointment of a member to the Urban Design Review Board for the County of Maui.
Member Hodgins?
I'll happily accept that in my committee, Chair.
Okay.
Thank you.
Chair, just we'll note no objections to referral to the Great Committee on that item.
This is 25-189. I guess there are new notes that somebody forgot to let me know. All right, any objections to referring this to committee? So ordered. Next item.
Thank you, Chair. Before you is a resolution 25-190 referring to the Molokai Planning Commission, a proposed bill to amend section 19.64.030 Maui County Code on bed and breakfast homes on Molokai.
Member Rollins Fernandez.
Mahalo Chair, I move to adopt resolution 25-190.
Second.
Moved by Member Rollins Fernandez, seconded by Member Sinanci to, let's see, is this a reso? Move to adopt resolution 25-190. A discussion, Member Rollins Fernandez.
Mahalo Chair, this resolution refers to the Molokai Planning Commission, a proposed bill to amend the cap and density of bed and breakfast homes on Molokai. Under the Maui County Code, Molokai has no cap on the number of bed and breakfast homes that may be approved. This bill would establish a limit of 5 for the island. It would also provide that on Molokai, no more than one B&B is permitted within a 1,000-foot radius of another B&B to preserve the character of neighborhoods on Molokai. There is currently one B&B permit and no applications. Allowing the resolution to be adopted today will place the bill before the Molokai Planning Commission for review and will not determine the outcome of the bill itself. The legislation was requested by members of the Molokai Planning Commission, and I look forward to further discussion with the Commission and the community on the exact number they'd like and the proposed density that's within the bill.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
8 ayes, 1 excuse, pro tem comma, motion carries. Ms. Clerk?
Thank you, Madam Chair. For referral to the Government Relations, Ethics, and Transparency Committee are resolutions 25-191, authorizing settlement of claim 4089446-1 of Elaine Bogard and Robert Bogard, and resolution 25-192, authorizing settlement of Isa Nishiyama v. County of Maui Police Department et al. The Civil 2 CCV 23000346.
Any objections to the referral? No objections, so ordered. Ms. Clerk?
Chair, before you is Resolution 25-195, referring to the Maui Planning Commission proposed bills to amend the Paia Haiku Community Plan designation to light industrial and change the zoning to M1 Light Industrial District for 19.933 acres in Paia, Maui, Hawaii, tax map keys 225005023 and 225005054, Paia Sugar Mill Redevelopment Project.
Member Hodgins.
Thank you, Chair. I move to adopt Resolution 25-195.
Moved by Member Hodgins, seconded by Member Cook, to adopt Resolution 25-195. Discussion, Member Hodgins.
Thank you, Chair. Members, this resolution will refer to the Maui Planning Commission proposed bills to amend the community plan designation and change the zoning for 2 parcels in Paia to facilitate the Paia Sugar Mill redevelopment project. Collectively, the changes would affect approximately 20 acres of land identified for real property tax purpose as TMK 225005-023 and 225005054 in Paia. The proposed land entitlements would allow for the adaptive reuse and revitalization of the historic Paia Sugar Mill site into a multi-purpose light industrial and commercial center. Adopting the resolution today, excuse me, will place both bills before the Maui Planning Commission for its review, and I respectfully ask the member's support for my motion. Thank you, Chair.
Any more discussion? Member Cook.
Thank you, Chair. It's pretty exciting to see what's proposed for the property. It's a very big educational aspect as well as for diversified small businesses and whatnot. And I'm just really encouraging this activity and looking forward to the revitalization of that mill.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye. Not 8 aye. Discussion. Member Paulton.
My question is, did we ever straighten out with the planning department if council initiated changes in zoning needs to be applied through maps or they do not?
Do you want me to answer that question? Okay. So I believe the planning department did request that of us, but it's not a charter process. So they can request it, but it's not mandated.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, thank you.
So all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye. 8 ayes, 1 excuse, pro tem comma, motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, for referral to the Government Relations, Ethics, and Transparency Committee is Resolution 25-196, authorizing settlement of Claim 4A25055GZP00001 of Kanani Kealoha Faleafini.
Members, any objections to the referral to the Great Committee? So ordered. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Resolution 25-197, approving the redistribution of the Affordable Housing Grant Funds from the Hawaiian Community Development Board to Ikenakea Pi'ikea 1 LP for the Haleo Pi'ikea 1 Affordable Housing Project under Section 3.35070A5 Maui County Code.
Vice Chair Sugimura. Speaking to the mic.
If there are no objections, may I please request the clerk also call up resolutions 25-198 and 25-199.
Any objections?
Thank you.
So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Resolution 25-198, approving the redistribution of the Affordable Housing Grant Funds from the Hawaiian Community Development Board to Ikenakea Pi'ikea 2 LP for the Haleo Pi'ikea 2 Affordable Housing Project under Section 3.35070A5 Maui County Code. And Reso 25-199, approving the redistribution of the Affordable Housing Grant Funds from the Hawaiian Community Development Board to Ikenakea Pi'ikea the 3rd LP for the Haleo Pi'ikea 3 Affordable Housing Project under Section 3.35070A5 Maui County Code.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you, Chair. I move to adopt resolutions 25-197, 25-198, and 25-199.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Cook, to adopt the resolutions mentioned. A discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. These resolutions authorize the redistribution of Affordable Housing Fund grants already recognized in the fiscal year 26 budget for the Hawaiian Community Development Board to Haleo Pi'ikea project entitled Ikenakea Pi'ikea 1 LP, Ikenakea Pi'ikea 2 LP, and Ikenakea PK 3 LP as required by Maui County Code Section 3.35.070, paren A. The redistribution changes the grant beneficiary so the project entitles can recognize and proceed. Together with Haleo PKL 1, 2, 3, projects will proceed 2020 provide 220 low-income rental housing plus 3 units for the managers. Adopting these items in the floor today moves the grant to the project entitles and accelerates capitalization and helps the affordable housing develop move forward. And also, I move to amend resolutions 25-197 as Director Mitchell talked about. In the title, insert the word fund after redistribution for the affordable housing, removing one after ikena, kea, pikea throughout the resolution. And in the first whereas clause, replace 90 with 89, and after the word income, inserting the following, and one resident manager unit, and incorporating other non-substantive revisions. And I move to amend resolutions.
Wait, let's take that motion
Okay.
first, okay?
One at a time?
Yeah. Any discussion? Yes, Member Cook.
I would just like to encourage any of the members who haven't been over and seen the PEKL project. It's really heartwarming and exciting. The amount of infrastructure and the size and the quality and the speed of the project is encouraging. It's more, we need more of it to house our people. Thank you.
Okay. All right, how many more amendments do you have?
Actually, I have 2 more because there's 3 resolutions total. So this takes care of the first one.
Takes care of the first one, yeah. All those in favor of
Chair,
this?
we need a second.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Uhajens. On the amendment as just read. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the amendment, please raise your hand, say aye. 8 ayes, 0 noes, 1 excused, Member Pro Tem Kama. All right, and so you have another.
Yes, I move to amend resolutions 25-198 by number 1 in the title, inserting the word fund after redistribution of the affordable housing. Number 2, in the first whereas clause, replace 97 with 96, and after the word income, inserting the following, and 1 resident manager unit. And number 3, incorporating non-substantive revisions.
Second? Okay, moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Cook on the amendment as just read by Vice Chair Sugimura. Do you have any discussion on that? No discussion from anyone? All those in favor of the amendment, please raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
So we're looking at 8 ayes, 1 excused, Pro Tem Kama, motion carries. Okay, the third amendment?
Yes, I move to amend resolutions 25-199 by number 1 in the title, inserting the word fund after redistribution of the Affordable Housing Fund. And number 2, in the first whereas clause, replacing 36 with 35, and after the word income, inserting the following, and 1 resident manager unit. And number 3, incorporating any non-substantive revisions.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Senensi, to approve the amendment just read by Member Sugimura.
Yeah,
so do you have any discussion on that?
No.
Anybody? All those in favor of the amendment, please raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
So that's 8 ayes, 0 noes, 1 excused, Pro Tem Kama, motion carries. So we have now 3 amendments on the floor.
Yeah, so that's it.
That's all?
As for changes,
Any,
yeah.
Any further discussion
So I
on
ask for the
any of
members'
the?
support of my motion. Thank you.
Okay. Any further discussion on all 3?
Chair, the amendments have passed, so we're just back to the main motion as amended.
As amended.
The main motion as amended on all 3?
Yes, thank you.
Raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's 8 ayes, 0 noes, 1 excuse, Pro Tem Kama, motion carries. Ordinances?
Thank you, Chair. Moving on to ordinances. Currently, we have no one signed up to testify, so if there's anyone wishing to testify on ordinances, please raise your hand in Teams or make your way to the podium. Chair seeing none, we'll count down 3, 2, 1. There is no one to testify in the ordinances.
Any objections to closing public testimony and accepting written testimony on ordinances?
No.
So ordered. Go ahead,
Thank you.
Ms. Clerk.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Did you want to take a couple before lunch, or?
Yeah, let's do it. I'd like to take everything. Let's go for it.
Okay, thanks. We may need a break for staff, please.
Chair, if we're going to break for lunch, I have to catch a flight to the HFUU meeting. I have to fly, so there's a conference. Can we do my one bill?
Sure.
in
Which
second
one?
and
Which
final?
one?
It's only one bill, and it's the pinball one. I can't imagine us
Okay.
not being.
Okay, where is it?
Second and final, number 155.
155, Ms. Clerk, 155.
Thank you, Chair. Before you is Bill 155, 2025, a bill for an ordinance repealing Chapter 9.12 Maui County Code on pinball machines.
Member Johnson.
Thank you, Chair. I move to pass Bill 155 on second and final reading.
Moved by Member Johnson, seconded by Member Hodgins to pass Bill 155, 2025 on second and final reading. Member Johnson, discussion?
Well, for my discussion, I just want to make sure we didn't have any testimony for this bill. That's correct?
No, we didn't have any.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. This bill is long overdue. Initially enacted in 1944, this archaic ordinance was effectively rendered unconstitutional by the Hawaii Supreme Court in 1980. This bill's passage will modernize our county's laws on pinball machines. Thank you.
Okay, you'll forever be remembered for this in the history. Yeah, okay, no further discussion. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye. So we have 8 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries, 1 excuse, pro tem comma. Back to the regular agenda order.
Okay, thank you, Chair. And staff did confirm that they don't need a break right at this time. So before you is Bill 159, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Section 2.82.050 Maui County Code to extend the Conservation Planning Committee's deadline on the proposed green print.
Okay, Mr. Sinensi.
Mahalo, Chair. Move to pass Bill 159, 2025 on first reading.
Moved by Member Sinensi, seconded by Vice Chair Sugimori to pass Bill 159 on second and final reading. I'm sorry, first reading. This is first reading. Discussion, Member Sinensi.
Thank you, Chair. Members, Section 2.82.050 of the Maui County Code requires the creation of a comprehensive conservation plan known as a green print to guide land acquisition by the county for open space, natural resources, cultural resources, and scenic views preservation purposes, and to help to identify land suitable for voluntary private sector conservation. Members, this bill would provide a 3-year extension for the proposed green print to be adopted by the Conservation Planning Committee and submitted to the council. The deadline would change from December 31st, 2024 to December 31st, 2027, and I respectfully ask for the members' support of my motion.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye. Aye. That is 8 ayes, 0 noes, 1 excuse, member comma. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Ms. Clark.
Chair, for referral to the Water and Infrastructure Committee is Bill 160, 2025, a bill for an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the City and County of Honolulu, Board of Water Supply, the County of Hawaii, Department of Water Supply, the County of Kauai, Department of Water Supply, the State of Hawaii Department of Land and Natural Resources, the State of Hawaii Department of Agriculture, and the State of Hawaii's Department of Health for the Waimauli Freshwater Initiative.
Any objections to referring this matter to the Y Committee? So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Chair, for referral to the Disaster Recovery, International Affairs and Planning Committee is Bill 161, 2025, a bill for an ordinance imposing interim restrictions on new private swimming pools in the West Maui Community Plan area.
Any objections to referring this matter to the DRIP Committee? So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Chair, for referral to the Budget, Finance, and Economic Development Committee are bills 162, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget appendix A Part 2 Managed Retreat Revolving Fund, adding conditional language and appropriation for Baldwin Beach Park shoreline debris removal and disposal for $50,000.
Any objections to referring this matter to the BFED Committee? Oh, wait, okay, I'm just following my...
Okay.
Because she asked for a referral, and that's what I have in my notes. So Vice Chair Sugimura.
Yeah, I move to pass Bill 16225 on first reading.
Second.
I think
And
this is
moved
what.
by
Oh, sorry.
Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Hodgins to pass Bill 162 on first reading.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
discussion.
Director Milner, when she testified, she brought up this bill. So Bill 162 amends fiscal year 26 budget, Appendix A, Part 2, Managed Retreat Revolving Fund to a 50,000 condition for Baldwin Beach Park and related shoreline erosion, related debris removal and disposal. This use conforms with Chapter 3.97 because it addresses hazardous shoreline erosion conditions that threaten public health safety on the environment. I ask for the members' support of this motion.
Any more discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Member Paulton, 7 ayes. 2 excused, members Johnson and Pro Tem Kama, motion carries. Okay. When were you aware that you're going to change this to a vote to a pass?
Oh, Director Milner.
No, but were you informed?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, second reading. Ms. Clark?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Moving on to the bills for a second and final reading. Before you is Bill 40, CD1, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending chapters 2.96, 2.97, and 3.44 Maui County Code on residential workforce housing units.
Member Hodgins.
Thank you, Chair. I move to pass Bill 40, CD1, 2025 on second and final reading.
Moved by Member Hodgins, seconded by Member Cook, to pass Bill 40, CD1, 2025 on second and final reading. Discussion.
We had plenty of discussion the last time, so I'm going to save it for this and no discussion this time, and I ask for the member support of my motion. I understand we'll probably need a roll call, though, Chair. Thank you.
Because I voted no? Yeah. Okay. All right. If there's no discussion, roll call.
Councilmember Pro Tempore Tasha Kama.
Excused.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
No.
Councilmember Paulton.
Aye.
Councilmember Johnson.
Oh,
excused.
Councilmember Rollins Fernandez.
Aye.
Councilmember Cook.
Oh, here he is.
Member Cook.
Aye.
Councilmember Hodgins.
Aye.
Councilmember Sinency.
Aye.
Let's go back to Member Johnson.
Councilmember Johnson.
Aye.
Okay.
And Council Chair Lee.
No.
Chair, 6 ayes, 2 noes, 1 excused. Motion carries.
Okay. Next.
Chair, before you is Bill 141, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Section 2.02.020 Maui County Code on bilingual government.
Okay. Member Rollins Fernandez.
Mahalo Chair, I move to pass Bill 141, 2025 on second and final reading.
Second.
Moved by Member Rollins Fernandez, seconded by Member Sinency, to pass Bill 141 on second and final reading. Discussion, Member Rollins Fernandez.
Mahalo Chair, I see that Wavy Department is getting this work done, but if they need a bit of an extension, I'm happy to support that. And yeah, second reading. Mahalo Chair.
All right, any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye. Member Paulton. Okay, that's 8 ayes, 1 excused, pro tem comma, motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 148, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Chapter 22.04A Maui County Code relating to the Kula Agricultural Park Committee's membership.
Member Hodgins.
I don't think this
That's-
one
I think
is
that's mine.
mine. I think it's Member Sugimura's.
Okay.
I think that was related to the amount of seats on there so that they can have quorum.
Right. There's somebody.
That's okay. I don't think we need.
Oh.
Excuse me, Director, something to do with this vote? Okay, can, Ms. Clark, can you,
Wait, who's that?
Can you call the item, please?
And we just did, Chair.
Okay, so in my notes, it said Member Uuhaja, so they should be under yours.
Yeah, it should.
Okay, so Member Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you.
Can you wait 1 second?
Oh, okay. If there are no objections, may I please also request the clerk also call up Bill 149, 2025, and
Okay,
Bill
well, let's take it one at a time since we have the Director of Agriculture right here. Or are you here for
148.
148?
Okay,
Just 148?
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, any objections, members, to having the Director of Agriculture be a resource person under Rule, 18?
Yeah, 18A.
No objections?
No objections.
Go ahead, do you wanted to give us some information?
Aloha Chair Lee and council members. I'd like to thank the council for your work on the bill 148. From the history of the Kula Ag Park meetings, we know one of the challenges are to make quorum. This bill will make it easier for the Kula Ag Park Committee to make quorum to take up important business. Therefore, the Department of Ag agrees with the ordinance's purpose to reduce the number of Kula Ag Park Committee members from 11 to 9. However, I'd like to note there are additional issues to resolve in Chapter 22.04A, primarily related to the management of the Kula Ag Park expansion, also referred to as the Upper Maui Ag Park. The Department of Agriculture looks forward to working with the council on those changes. I'm available for any questions and can provide additional detail on some of the pending issues with Chapter 22.04A if council is interested in the future. Mahalo.
Thank you. Yes, Vice Chair
I
Sugimura.
guess it's kind of a general subject, so I can take it up in my committee or I'll talk to you, and we can discuss
Okay.
it further.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
So you have no objection to us moving forward on this bill, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Any more discussion?
Chair, we just need a second on that motion.
I'm sorry, moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Uuhajans. Is this, no, where was I? To pass Bill 148 on second and final reading. Any more discussion? Vice Chair Sugimura.
Yeah, so I really appreciate the director coming to testify. It has been a challenge finding quorum or meeting quorum requirements for this committee. But I also want to say that in the previous bill where we actually found the funding match for the 20 million we got from the state, it was also shared with the committee that in addition to the money we have so far, we got to find an initial 20 million before we can finish the Kula Park expansion. So therefore, more so, I want this bill passed because it's going to be a while before we need 11 members for the expansion of the Kula Park expansion project not being completed. So thank you, members.
Okay. Anybody else? All right, all those in favor of the motion, raise your hand, say aye. Member Paulton. Okay, so we're back at 8 ayes, 1 excuse, motion carries. The excuse is Pro Tem Kama. Next item.
Chair, before you is Bill 149, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Appendix A, Part 1, Department of Water Supply, United States Environmental Protection Agency, new appropriation of $1,526,031, and Appendix C, Department of Water Supply, countywide update project description for countywide upgrades and replacements, and increase appropriation by $1,526,000 and $526,031.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you, Chair. I move to adopt Bill 149, 2025, and Bill 153, 2025.
Well, you want the,
Oh, can you please, I'm
to
sorry.
call it
Yeah,
up?
Please call up those
yeah,
items.
Madam Clerk?
Bill 153, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Department of Management, Office of Recovery Program, add a conditional language for HANA Business Council, Inc., in the amount of $2,100,000 in Appendix A, Part 2, Open Space, Natural Resources, Cultural Resources and Scenic Views Preservation Fund, delete conditional language for HANA Business Council, Inc., in the amount of $2,100,000.
Okay, so you're going to take this up, not Mr. Sinanci, right? Okay?
Sorry, it's in my
Yep.
notes.
All
Sorry.
right. Okay. You want to make the motion?
So,
On both.
Thank you, Chair. I move to pass Bill 149, 2025, and Bill 153, 2025 on second and final reading.
Second.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Sinanci, to pass Bills 149 and 153 on second and final reading. Discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura.
No further discussion.
Anybody else? Discussion. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries. The one excuse is pro tem comma. Ms. Clerk?
Chair, before you is Bill 154, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Office of the Mayor Economic Development Program, new conditional language for Pro Arts, Inc., in the amount of $49,570.
Member Cook?
I move to pass Bill 154, 2025 on second and final reading.
Second.
Okay, moved by Member Cook, seconded by Member Hodgins, to pass Bill 154 on second and final reading. Discussion, Member Cook.
Thank you, Chair. Bill 154 proposes to amend the FY 2026 budget for the Office of the Mayor Economic Development Program by adding new conditional language for Pro Arts, Inc., and the amount of $49,570. This funding will allow Pro Arts, Inc. to continue providing valuable arts and cultural services to the South Maui community. I respectfully ask for the members' support of my motion.
Okay, any more discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Yep, so that's 8 ayes, 0 no. Did Member Paulton have her hand up? I didn't see that. 8 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries. The one excuse was pro tem, comma. I'll take a 1 minute recess.
Okay.
Will the meeting of, the council meeting of October 24th, 2025, please reconvene? So we are talking about resolutions.
Chair,
Yes.
I can do the motion. I'll do
Okay.
it fast. Mahalo, Chair.
Member Rollins Fernandez.
Mahalo, Chair. I move to suspend Rule 19 of the Rules of the Council in order for us to take action on Resolution 25-197, 198, and 199. The Hawaiian Community Development Board to Inakea, Pi'ikea 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
Okay, moved by Member Rollins Fernandez, seconded by Member Senensi. Any discussion on your motion?
Mahalo, Chair. Just to clarify for the public, because resolutions only require one reading, in order for us to take final action today, we need to suspend Rule 19, which would require a second reading. Oh, are we still good, Member Bolton? Okay, there was a little glitch. All right, so that is the reason for the motion. Mahalo, Chair.
Okay. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, raise your hand, say aye. So we're down to, is it seven? 7 members, aye. 2 excused, members Johnson and Pro Tem Kama. So that's, motion carries. Okay, that takes care of that. And do we have any more?
Last item.
The last 2 items.
Unfinished business.
Unfinished business. Any testimony?
We do not have anyone currently signed up to testify, so this will be last call for anyone who would like to provide testimony. You can raise your hand in Teams or make your way to the podium, and I see Mr. Law making his way to the podium.
Ready, David? Bring that ahi in here to fire. Bill 90 and Bill 91 for the driver's license examinations. I see this pertains to the commercial driver's license. And I spoke to the mayor at the budget meeting in Kula, which is was in the Hannibal Tavares Community Center, which is above the satellite DMV that we have up there. And Queen Liliuokalani probably was too old to get a driver's license by then. I don't even know if when they started requiring driver's licenses for Maui County. But I would just like to request, I know it's a state county operations going on over there, and the Maui County is probably ahead of the state on the Olelo Hawaiian translations. But the last time I went in there and asked them for an Olelo Hawaiian application, they said they didn't have one. So I would like that to the record to show that I am trying to get the state on board with that kind of stuff. Thank you for your time.
Okay, any questions, members? None? Ms. Clerk?
Chair, there's no one else signed up to testify, so this will be final call, and the countdown is 3, 2, 1. Chair, there's no one indicating desire to testify.
Any objections to closing public testimony and accepting written testimony on unfinished business? So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 90 CD1 2025, a bill for an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the County of Hawaii.
Vice Chair.
If there are no objections, may I please request the clerk to also call Bill 91 CD1 2025.
Okay, who's the seconder? Okay. Moved by Member Sugimura and seconded by Member Uhajans to pass Bills 90 and 91. Did you say both of them, right?
Yes.
On second and final reading, discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura.
Chair, I haven't called up Bill 91 yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
We're all getting anxious.
But I
Okay, can you call?
Sure. Bill 91 CD1 2025, a bill for an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the city and county of Honolulu.
Okay, so it was seconded by, was it Member Uhajans? All right, discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura.
No discussion.
No discussion. All those in favor of the motion, raise your hand, say aye. Okay, so it's 7 ayes, 2 excused, motion carries. The excused are members Johnson and Pro Tem Kama. Is that it?
That's it.
All right, everybody, please have a nice lunch and go and maybe have some soup to warm up. Have a great weekend. This meeting is adjourned.